video sets. Watch with friends as we journey back to days that we love. Pop culture tips, stupid quips. It's the show that geeks won't get enough of. Toys galore, all over the floor. We'll show you what we do with our time. Sit back and chill, cause it's all retro still. It's the Toy Amigos live monthly show.
Hello, hello. You all right?
Hello.
Evening.
I've set my I look quite tanned, but it's because I've got a very orange light on me. A minute ago I was very washed out and looked like the normal Nosferatu of the night bus, but now I'm all tan, so this is good. Joe, once again, my friend, I know I say this every time I see you, but you look like you're losing weight.
Yeah, it's a black t-shirt, that's all it is.
Mate, I'm the same, very slimming, just stay facing forward. But you have also been sunning yourself recently since we last sat down and did this. You've been away, haven't you?
I have. I've been on my holidays. It was very nice. Spent time with the family, which I love. But no, we you know what? We were online like 20 minutes ago, and Johnny looked like a wreck. You just woke up, and I look like I've been dragged through some bins. So this isn't a bad. This is a good showing, lads. We're off to a roaring start.
Razzle dazzle, baby. This is what you got to do. You got to turn it on. Just don't look below the waist because I'm in a pair of M&S wires. We've all been up to quite a bit since we last sat down. We've managed to not document it particularly well, but multiple shows, a holiday. Our friend Ed came over from Belgium, and we met up with our new friend Pixel Dan from America, and we all came to Leicester Vintage Toy Shop. So look out for films and videos and various social media stuff on that visit, and also to the BP Stafford show that me and Johnny stalled out at. I know Aaron Empire Toys already has a video out of that, but there's just a lot of stuff going on. We hit that bit just before the summer where it kind of, I guess the weather maybe, I don't know, people go on holiday. It feels like everything's toy heavy the first 4 months of the year, then it slightly drops off and then it ramps back up again towards the end. So
there's always a break in the summer. That's why I'm going on tour, because I always feel slightly different for maybe some of the destination shops, but on the whole, it's all about the kids in the summer holidays, isn't it? And that's middle-aged men who haven't got much money.
Hours and change for us any time of the year round, Johnny. Because what happens if you and I get money, you just go, well, we're going to spend this on toys.
Buy some more toys. That's what I say. Well, as we said, as in the title, this is the penultimate Toy Amigos show. We said we were going to do a year's worth. It's almost been a year, which is absolutely wild how time works. This is show 11, and because last show it was more of an informal chat due to things going on. We didn't do our shelf respect usual sort of shenanigans. We're going to do a couple of we're going to look at a lot of shelves today, which I'm quite looking forward to, because I've stayed away from the submissions that have come in. But I've been, just to save myself for an authentic reaction. So we've kind of collated several. So we'll be looking at those. And I think we're probably we're gonna kick off with a little bit of shelf respect.
Hang on, that means I got to run a thing, don't I?
Shelf respect.
Almost made me go into the RESPECT song to kill some time there. Thanks for that, Johnny. That's good.
You've done a thing, Johnny. Well done.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So we've lined up 5. We're gonna start with 5. So what have we got first off, Johnny? Oh, now this is multiple shelves, but that's all right. So Joe, do the honors and pick which shelf you want to look at.
There's a lot I like in this, but I'm going to pick the one with the Gilbert Aston Martin on. So the second shelf down for those. This is the problem we get. People send us pictures of these lovely cabinets, which are great, but we need one shelf, because you know what though, the bottom shelf, like the Captain Scarlet doll with the like Frankenstein head, is very cool as well. But I'm going to stick with the second shelf.
So this submission is from Rob. who also goes RCC Collectibles. Very very nice young chap. So we're zoning in on shelf 2, are we? So this is way I'm talking like I'm a 12, like I'm a youngster. This is more your guys' scene. There's some older, some James Bond.
Oh yeah, the old ones here. Come on.
There's no gross out toys. I'm out.
I like the Dalek. I really like a Dalek.
Haven't you still got a full size Dalek in your
Oh
porch?
yeah, and I still get kids knocking on the door and running away because they see the Dalek. And when the guy comes to the front door with parcels, and I go, "Oh yeah," and he says, "Can I take a photograph?" And I go, "Yeah," and I hold the parcel out, and he goes, "No, the Dalek." I'm like, "Okay."
I'm very fond of this shelf because it has the little 007 elastic bands.
Yeah.
So you got the Ili Kuriakin. I think I pronounced that right from Manfred.
I'm glad you did that.
The Gilbert figure. You've got the normal ghost face James Bond Moonraker figure on the left.
Yeah.
But those elastic bands I'm really fond of. They were everywhere in the early 2000s. There was boxes and boxes I found, and they were really cool. You sell them for $10 each, I remember.
Yeah.
And they were really cool. But a Gilbert, anything with a Gilbert Aston Martin, I'm going to be liking that. If I was judging the cabinet, it's different because the cabinet's really cool, and it shows a lot of. There's a wide range of collectibles there. There is a bit of gross out stuff in there.
I just literally saw that. Yeah, my eyes becoming accustomed. I saw a little.
Yeah, there's some air gun boys in there. There's all sorts going on. It's great, but we've got to focus on that one shelf. So I know where I'm at score wise. I like the James Bond watch. I love, and Bond is not one of my big things. Johnny, what about you? What do you think?
I like it. I like the Mason on there. The Dalek, if that's all original, that's lovely, and I hope it still works. So. And I like the way he's tiered up as well. So he's done big stick stuff at the back, and then it kind of comes down. For me, that's what a shelf should be. It should be like pop-up-y, three-dimensional. It's a nice shelf.
Yeah, Major Matt Mason as well in there, you know.
Yeah, so I was saying the Mason, yeah.
Lots of I know where I'm at.
This is not my wheelhouse, but I like the presentation. I'm going 6.5, guys. My little thing. Is that back to front?
7. Oh, me and Johnny the same. 7.
Why is mine back to front and yours is the right way around? That's weird, isn't it?
It's not back to front.
That's just for me. It's just for me. It's back to front. Well, there you go. 7. That's solid.
Yeah, good start. Well done, Rob. That's a great little, great way to start us off because we've got 2 sets of these, haven't we? We've got the first lot of 5, then later on we've got the next lot of 5.
We're doing a mega shelf respect today. We're doing a batch here. We've got a couple of pre-records, a couple of little things going on at Leicester Vintage, and then we're going to do some more shelf respect, amongst other things.
But as well, it's good you guys get your comments in on the chat on your scores as well, because you have to get used to that, because coming very soon, we're going to have shelf respect as its own little feature. We're going to be doing shelf respect. The Toy Amigos present shelf respect as its own thing, as the first thing we're really going to do after the Toy Amigos finish. So even though the Toy Amigos is coming to the end of it in its current format, we will ride again. We will return, but in different formats. So
there are more things planned afoot. Let's say.
I can't live with any more of these live streams, man. It's doing my nothing.
Poor Johnny's frazzled, bless him.
Johnny's worn out.
Rob says all our Daleks original as well. Anyway.
Oh, perfect. Johnny's worn out his toilet seat putting all the videos together is the problem. So we need to do a fundraiser for that. What we got next, Johnny? What we got next? Oh,
we both did the same.
Oh, exciting!
That's a shelf.
That is a
shelf.
I've
seen this one in real life. I've seen this. It is good in real life.
Now,
whose is this?
I've got a note to say this one was Johnny. I'm going to guess it's retro. It's our friend Retro Johnny. Is that about right? Monkeys?
Yeah. It's Retro Johnny. He's also got lights in the top. And he's got a beautiful, so he lives in a 3-story house. So he don't mind saying this. And on the second floor, where the stairs go up to the final floor, he's got like a cupboard under the stairs, if you like, and it is chocker. It is chocker.
So Johnny appears to have done. So fair play for attempting to get one shelf, because I appreciate this is probably part of a much bigger setup situation, which is what we're after, just the individual shelves. But I know that Johnny tends to, similar to some of the stuff that I do, which you don't necessarily focus on a run or a line, you focus on like a character. So as you can see there's about 30 different Frankensteins, and the more you look, the more you see. So I'm guessing this is just a lot of Universal monsters. We've got Dracula, Wolfman, Frankenstein, see Turtle Frankie behind there. That blue Frankenstein head thing on the coin bank is awesome. They're like these weird transformer thing. Ryan shows me them all the time. He knows all about them.
I was trying to think of the name.
Yeah, I
the
can't.
name escapes me, and I had a couple in recently. I have the Dracula one, which is a bit more common.
Yeah,
but the Frankie one's quite tough.
He tells me there's one. It's possibly not Godzilla, possibly a wolf. But there is one apparently which is absolute hen's teeth rarity, and they descend in rarity. But the Franken is like in the middle somewhere. Yeah. But it's a wicked one.
I also like, is that the Australian nuggets?
Yeah.
I know the McDonald toy there, whatever, but those Australian ones are quite difficult to get.
It doesn't matter. The Burger King Frankie is one of the coolest. I think it's just great. A little run of figures. That is the Universal Monsters Burger King. They're brilliant.
Some of the fast food toys are absolutely phenomenal. You got Earthworm Jims. You got Sonic did Mad Balls. The Nuggets are kind of a staple. I think the Nuggets from start to finish are just a great line of toys in general.
That's the Remco Dracula as well in the middle, isn't it?
Yeah.
You notice, Johnny, and Joe, in fact, the iridescent Frankenstein in the middle. You know what line that comes from? You remember them from Madrid?
That's Il Monstro, the
Spanish. Yeah, I remember.
You remember? Yeah, they're wicked.
Wicked, man.
All right. I'm lining myself up. I feel like I'm being a bit stingy today, but we're just getting started. I'm going 7.5. I'm going 7.5.
Fab, I'm with you.
I'm going again. I'm going 7 again. I can't mark that over a. There's something inside me. You can't mark that over a Gilbert. It's just Gilbert stuff, man. It's so cool. I
know. I agree with you. I do agree with you. I like that content. The mix of the idea of doing. I like that thing of doing one character and then just having a shelf of it. That's cool. Very Spanish. That is, like our friend Eduardo. He do everything pink. Do you know what I mean? I like that. Sorry.
I mean, I'd hope everyone watching also knows that obviously, as with everything, this and everything in life, pretty much, this is enormously subjective. So a lot of it comes down to the stuff that we like. Just because I know nothing about 60s and 70s toys doesn't mean they're not awesome. It just means I don't know anything about them. So these guys might go, "Oh my goodness, it's one of these," and you never see it. I'm going, "Oh, okay." So
but that's the beauty of it, because we could mark this on a different day, mark it quite differently. Depends by how much you've, so that's always the way. But
I've seen that week as well.
Hey,
it's kind of what you've seen that week, or do you know what I mean? It's always funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it is quite cool. Yeah, it is. It's subjective to the day and everything. Right, next one. I'm excited. This is good.
What we got?
Oh,
I really like this one.
Okay,
I know who this is.
Go on, tell me. I'm trying to find that. This is from Mark.
Yes. Mark Daniels. I'd like to give a shout out to my dear old friend and dearly departed friend Craig Spivey, who influenced a lot of us Star Wars collectors with their stuff. And this is Mark Daniels' collection of, there's Helix in there, there's all sorts of merch. Non-toy merch. But look at the condition, it's stunning.
This is a bit of Johnny right here. I know Johnny gets excited. When Johnny sees pencils and pencil cases and that sort of thing, he goes, "Ooh." So this is good.
Yeah.
The bubble bath. Yeah, I tell you one thing, and this is such a this is such a kind of disingenuous complaint. The condition is that good; they look modern.
Yeah.
Well, funnily enough, the Helix stuff, Mark and Craig had a lot to do with when Helix redid all that stuff. But these are all, I believe they're all righteous. They're all original. They are.
Oh yeah,
I have no doubt. I have no doubt that they're not original. You know that I see that, Johnny. That Saw models, May the Force be with you.
Yeah,
right. That picture, that exact picture, I think that's what they lifted for those knockoff metal cap guns we've got.
It's just that one, and it's just twisted a little bit.
Yeah, just like turn around a little bit. Yeah.
See, there comes a point with Star Wars collecting, because we see rows of figures. People send us lots of figures, and that's cool, man, and that's really good. And I love the fact that the figures. That's what started me off. But this is like a refined palette. This is like Michelin star, like sort of boy. This is when you're going, and this is the stuff that when I was first starting out, you go, oh yeah, I don't want any of that. And then as a collector, you then develop and you start buying all this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like bubble baths, talcum powders, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, love it.
Guys, I'm giving it an 8 because find another collection. And I know, and I'm not judging it on that. I'm judging it on my shelf, but I also happen to have just looked in our group and seen the bigger collection. So fair play for picking. I mean, there is some mad stuff in there. So I'm giving this an 8. I'm giving it an 8.
I'm on an 8, definitely.
I'm slightly higher. I am at 9.
Is that a 9?
It is a nice club. It is a special shelf.
The problem we get as well with a lot of these, we get sent photos, and you're trying to, because I don't want to see them too much, so you're trying to pick it up very quickly. But yeah, so if we can get a shelf, that's ideal, and this is an ideal shelf. I love this, it's brilliant. Yeah, 9. It nearly had a 9.5. Not for me, that was really good. If only
you'd have managed to stick one Tomland figure in there, Mark, would have got a 10 out of 10 from Joe, undoubtedly.
No, none of that. None of that. Lip service, Mark.
We're not catering to personalities. Let's keep going, Johnny. Give us another one. Oh, very chromy.
Shiny. This is Robin.
We need to talk about this because some of it's vintage, but some of it isn't it? So I'm going to need a bit of help with this.
Again, we're not, and I know you're not saying we are. We're not judging this strictly on the era the toys come from. I think that's quite a cool way of displaying it. That looks very shiny to me, and I'm into it.
It is shiny. I love it. It's shiny. There's a bit of G1 in there, a bit of vintage, a bit of modern. There's everything in there. It's cool. I love this. This is really, and I love the fact that Grimlock is holding the little card at the front there.
So how is he so massive?
Yeah, is that a modern Grimlock?
Yeah. So the masterpiece one is next to him, and then there's this big one, which is flipping awesome. Yeah, and then you've got a Megatron in the corner, which is
There's only one thing this display needs, Robin. That's a little sludge and a slag. Speak to Johnny. We go.
No, and there's like 2 of my favorite. Megatron, arguably. Oh, I've spilled my tea. Megatron, arguably. Mike Belly is my favorite Transformer. Transformers becomes a gun is genius. And the Dinobot. I love a Dinobot. Come on, dinosaurs and Transformers. Dinosaurs and Transformers.
Have you burnt yourself live on camera, Johnny?
Not burnt myself, but I got a wet patch.
Well, we know.
I'll say, Johnny, I only have 2 Transformers in my entire collection, and one of them is that Megatron, and the other is Scorponok, the headmaster. They're the only 2 Transformers that I kept. Yeah, so I have a lot of love for the shiny. I'm into it. I even like the levels. So this is weirdly alluring to me because it goes up and down, and like you say, it's cool having the Grimlock holding the what is that, like a little manual, a little book?
I think it's the what's it card they come with.
Yeah.
I mean, modern Transformers aren't my strong suit, but
what's the Transformer at the back in gold? Is that an Optimus? What is that?
Oh, I can't remember what that line's called, but they're really tough and they're very expensive from my experience.
Yeah.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, it is anyway. But I'm not an expert on modern Transformers. It's vintage. I know. I kind of vaguely know what I'm doing. But modern is tough for me. But it looks, as a collection, that looks fantastic.
I'm giving it a 7.
Yeah, I'm on a 7 as well. I would have scored it more if there was a back around it. You know what I mean? If there was a back around it, it was in like a cabinet. But that looks fat. But it's a big old beast, because that masterpiece Grimlock next to it is big.
Yeah, that is a monster. Yeah,
that is huge. Yeah, and it's very shiny, isn't it? I think somebody's commented that it's like, oh my god, chrome.
You almost can't see it.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Well,
and the thing is with all this, the Transformers fans will know exactly what these are.
Yeah,
like that's this. So they will comment at some stage. Go, actually, this is best.
Similar vibe to like Legacy Power Ranger stuff. To me, to a certain degree, like a Zord is adored, and people go, "Oh no, this is a very particular." Okay, fair enough. So yeah, there is knowledge there. All right, let's hit us with our 5th, Johnny. Let's hit us with our 5th.
This one.
Oh blimey! From chrome to mad shiny. What we got here? This is from Invisible Mike. So Mike.
we talked about concentrating on like maybe one figure.
So I think we should look at the top. Well, I don't know.
I like our middle shelf. I want to do our bottom shelf.
I'd pick the middle shelf as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So what? So the one with the. I mean, is that a prototype on the end? That orange.
Yeah.
figure?
It must be. Is it? I don't know.
I've got no idea.
It's all the same figure.
I love it.
Different configurations. Now, this guy's Turtles collection is absolutely off the hook.
There's a proof card there.
Yeah. Yeah,
I've got to say, the standard this month is absolutely amazing. That
is proper. I mean,
I do really like this one.
We're looking at one thing, but we're looking at essentially the ultimate of that one thing. So, yes to mirrors and lights make everything look more and bigger and shiny and better. So the presentation is bang on. The fact they're all in cases, absolutely love all that. Yeah, I'm into it. I'm fully into it.
That is really nice. It's got everything I love. It's well set out. Unlike how I have to store stuff because of the short and stuff, it gives a space, but then there's not an empty space behind there. You've got the loose version. It's thought out. I really like this. There's value there. There's rareness there. There's color there. Ooh,
it's just interesting. I'm being a bit stingy this week. I apologize, but I'm going 8 again. I like it. I'm going 8. High praise.
Proof card. I'm on it with the proof cards,
Yeah, proof card's big.
I'm going to do a 9 on that because that's a proof card. That's a Turtles proof card. They are not. You see lots of Star Wars proof cards, but some of the other toy lines you don't see.
The blue accessory one in the middle, is that the Euro one?
I think it must be in it because you've got the orange, blue, and then isn't there another color as well? Yeah, like a lighter orange, like a yellowy color as well.
I'm gonna suggest that they're all there.
Turtles can be a bit of a minefield, can't they?
Yes,
it's really cool. Right, I know where I'm at. I'm at 8.5.
Oh, we split the difference. Okay, so 9, 17, 8, 9, 9, 1, 9. That just took it for Mike by half a point.
Oh, so on the first 5, so we've got another 5 to go in a bit.
Yeah, on the first 5, Mike is El Champione. I mean, it is a bit special, isn't it, when people get that sort of stuff together? Because how hard it is to find, like you say, proof cards and testers and all that good stuff. So,
I'd like to know how long it took Mike to build that up. How many years? How much time?
And I want to know what that orange thing is. If that's a prototype, that's money.
No, that's I think that's like a crisp tie-in.
So Ian just said a Doritos Turtles tie-in, and I'm not sure if that's a joke or not. It may well be. Cheetos, Mikey.
Cheetos.
All right. It may well be. Okay, good. That was quite a lot of toys. Some really good stuff there. Some unbelievably good stuff, in fact. We'll have another look at some in a little bit. But before we do, I believe, Johnny, you paid a visit to our friend Matt in Joe's shop the other day, and he's telling us something about behind the scenes in the toy shop world.
Hello, amigos. Right, what we're going to do today, we've got a package going out to a customer in Sacramento, California. A Star Wars t-shirt, some really cool bits. It's delicate, and I want to make sure it gets to him the same way it leaves here. This is how we do it. Box. Double box. And remember, Leicester Vintage Toy Shop, we send this stuff all around the world. Every toy dealer's friend. Bubble wrap. First things last. Let's get a base in there. Okay, now this guy's having a real mixed bag. So we've got some die cast. We've got some loose figures. Oh, he's nice, last 17. Ooh, very nice. Nice little R2. Carded Nikto. the greatest Star Wars figure ever, in my opinion. 12-inch C-3PO, and one of our fresh new Leicester Vintage Toy Shop t-shirts. Available in other colours, but banana is my favourite. All these things are different weight. I want to make sure they get there safe. I've got to assume it's going to be chucked around and played football with by the postal service. So first things first, let's do the carded. Now this thing has made it 40 years without coming off its bubble. So I want to try and make sure it remains that way. So cling film. My brother Johnny showed me this, I didn't know this. Over the bubble. And all we're doing is we're offering a little bit more protection to that little bubble, which, let's be honest, was never designed to make it this long. And I'm going to put a bit of bubble around the bubble. We're double bubbling. We're double bubbling, folks. So what we're going to do is we're going to create something like that. But first of all, I want a flat surface in the box. So move Nicto over there. Box is already flat, but let's just make sure. Now, a bit more bubble wrap. Sorry, Greta Thunberg, we're using plastic. We're using plastic. The fish will be fine. The fish will be fine. Okay, so Nicto, we've got our cling film. Very carefully. Once the bubble's protected, the card's going to protect itself. I'm going to fold that under like that. I'm going to put a little bit of bubble there just to so it's bringing it up to the same level, and that's going in there nice and flat. Next thing, 12-inch 3PO, nice and easy. I'm not a big fan of the 12-inch line, but I do like the 3PO and the R2 that comes with the Death Star plans in the back. I think this is one of my favourite. I think General Mills did it as well, not quite sure. Joe or Johnny would tell you immediately I'm a bit of a Star Wars novice, although I am considerably older than both of them. Okay, so 3PO's in there, he's safe. In fact, we'll move him up to the bubble. So you can see there, so they're about the same level. So I'm just gonna make sure that's secure. Bit of cardboard. I'm gonna tuck it under the carded. There we go. So now we're about right there. That's just gonna protect it a little bit more. Next we have, who we got? Oh, this is a nice piece as well. This guy had a really good eye. Die cast. Nice Y-wing with its bomb. Very nice. Very nice indeed. There we go. And it's a 3PO. R2's going to go in here. Stand. Oh, nice. Nice clean stickers, which are getting harder now. Getting harder to get nice stickers. I remember these used to be everywhere. He's clean. In he goes. Last 17 yak face. Oh, he's lovely. Yeah, he's nice. Okay. In he goes. You know what's coming next, right? Bubble wrap! Okay. And obviously, I take pride in my packing. And it doesn't matter if you're spending £5 or £5 grand, you're going to get the same service, because I want to make sure you receive it the same way I'm sending it. Here's our two. Yak face. Okay, that's nice. Put 2 more of these pieces of cardboard over the top. A little bit of gap there. I'm going to put a little bit of bubble wrap that I'm going to fold up just to make sure when it gets thrown around and it's on that plane, winging its way over to my second home, Killer, California. So that's going to hold that in place. T-shirt, in it goes. Just check that off. That's perfect. Now, the all important thing. Yeah, there's a lot of money in there. There's a lot of beautiful collectibles in there. We need stickers. Leicester Vintage Toy Shop. Love this sticker, love this design. Such a cool thing. Business card. Business is a term we use loosely here, but we do some. Leicester Vintage Toy Shop, die cut stickers. Arriba, 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 arriba. The Toy Amigos. You love them, I love them. In we go. Let's take this baby up. And that, my friends, is ready to go out the door on its way to one of our wonderful customers. Peace. And now, back to the guys in the studio.
I absolutely love Matt. We have all been on the end of a receiving a package that, I mean, eBay is obviously the demon for this. A reputable shop or trader is different, but we've all bought something and it's turned up in a flipping plastic bag, smashed to bits. I've got to ask you guys though, because we get this as well when we do toy fairs. What is the most disappointing item? And by disappointing, I mean you've taken it to a toy fair, unpacked it, and it is now in more than one piece.
I've had that many times. Johnny, do you want to tell your story?
My worst one, and it was in Camden, and it was in the little shop on the ramp, and I'll never forget it because I've kept the figure because it reminds me.
Yeah.
But I'm running around in a shop, and it's busy in shops. You know, it's busy in Camden. There's people coming in, and I'm rearranging the cabinets, and I've put the He-Man, a He-Man on card. And admittedly, this is 10 years ago when you could pick one up for like 200 quid. But doesn't matter. I put it on the floor, customers come in, and as I've spoken to him, I've stepped on it. And it's that moment of I knew it was broken, he knew it was broken, but neither of us acknowledged it. Like
You just keep going.
Like it was like a yeah, come this way, I'll servo. Because
You've got a worse one. You've got a worse one, Johnny.
Well, I do remember on one of Johnny's live auctions, he ripped the arm off in a humanoid by mistake. None of this we can blame on faulty packaging. We can blame it on Johnny being kind of clumsy sometimes.
You know what? Everybody says to me, right? Let's if we got to be frank, let's do this really quick, right? Everybody says to me, "Oh, why don't you have lots more high-end stuff?" It's because I can't look after it. I'm genuine. If I can put it away under the bed, I'll keep it. Yeah, fine. But if I am moving it around Toy Fit, you've seen the way Blades is, man. Come on, he's driving with our kit in the back of the van. So I like things that I can keep in nice condition. I buy them on a Monday, I sell them the following week, or they live in the cabinet until they sell. If I have to start moving stuff around, same as in the shop, Joe. You know, when they come into the shop and they go, "Can I have a look at that?" My heart's in the mouth when they take some of that stuff out, and I'm like, "Please don't drop it. Please don't drop it."
Masters of the Universe is always problematic. It's always problematic. I had a graded 85 grade Sauron on card, and we got them stacked up on the shelves, and just one day it fell off the shelf forwards, and it landed on its thing. Didn't crack the case, but it cracked. It went straight through the bubble inside, smashed the Sauron and his helmet where they always break. So yeah, it became like an 85 grade, really expensive piece down to a 30, 40 quid figure and a gun. And that's all I had.
I remember. I'll do another one then. Oh, go on.
Are you familiar with this particular Freddy toy?
No.
Yeah.
I call it Sassy Freddy because look how sassy he is.
Yeah, you're sassy.
Very sassy. It's quite heavy. It's rubber, but like that heavy rubber, like that LJN dense rubber. Yeah. And I've only ever seen this a couple of times on card because essentially they just fall off. And one of the times I did see it, I was not. It wasn't my deal, but someone at a toy fair picked it up to show someone. So luckily it was the trader, picked it up and it just went off the card because you have to have it leant back all the time if it's on card because as soon as it leans forward, it's so heavy it just rips it off. But yeah,
I just remember what Joe's referring to. We were at the toy fair, me and him, right? We were at the toy fair and we're all doing well, we're busy and we're running around. And he says to me, "Go and have a look around, see what you can find now." So I go off. I come back with 2 graded Boba Fett's. Chuffed as cheese I was. Really nice ones. I go back to the stall and dropped them. And both of them, the insides just went. The outside tastes lovely. But I basically had a snow, one of them snow things.
In true to Toy Amigos fashion, you made a pair of maracas.
And that unbelievably wasn't what I was referring to. Oh, no! That Johnny, do you remember when we went to Malta?
Oh, no.
What did you break? What did he break?
Well, he didn't break anything.
Oh, the suitcase.
Yes, the entire suitcase.
So many stories.
That was a bad one.
You got it.
Like, Bob, the suitcase back him. So I'm waiting for my suitcase, and I'm there like thinking, I always come in, Joe's catch. And then literally, this old guy comes wheeling around the corner, and Joe clocked it first, and he said, "You're not going to like this." And there's an old guy wheeling my suitcase on like a truck with the top open, all the contents.
You sent me a picture of it. There's like cards and bubbles like sticking out of it, like it's exploded from the inside. Oh yeah, horrible scene.
It was horrendous. And the thing is, we got off the plane quick. We pegged it up to the baggage claim, got there, got the rest of the bags, just waiting for this one bag, and we were the last people there. And there's one bag, nobody's claim going around. We're going, "That's not his bag. That's not his bag." And then all of a sudden, this bloke walks up with this trolley.
This old man's wheels up and goes, "Look, this is yours, son."
Where's the rest of it?
It was mine. Where's the rest of it?
Yeah.
Well, on that disappointing note, let's have some more from Matt, and let's have a little glimpse into Matt's life. We haven't had Matt at all this series, and now we got double Matt. Let's do it.
Double Matt.
I know. You're sick of seeing me, but apparently the boys need more content. I got something to show you. I don't know if it'll work. Let's find out together. Follow me. Locks in pocket. We'll go into the depths. Okay, mind your head down here. I hit my head on here and forgot where I live. Okay. Now, Joe, while he was in the Netherlands, bought a big pack of vintage t-shirt transfers. Matt, you can make them into t-shirts, can't you? Can I? I don't know. Let's have a look. The oldest t-shirt press in the world. What could go wrong? Okay. Now, I know you can't tell this because you haven't got heat vision, but this is hotter than the sun. T-shirt. What size have we got? Extra small. Okay, one for Dan. Print. See if we can get it center. Okay, maybe there. Okay, let's give it a go. This is like Prisoner Cell Block H. Does anyone remember that? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2 full lock. 11, 12. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, that went better than I expected. Let's have a go. Oh, not quite. Let's give it some more heat. Smells like fried eggs. Okay. Oh. Ooh, so So close. This might be limited edition 1 of 1. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh! No, it's not quite there. Joe, you might have bought some duds. You might have bought some duds. Ooh. It ain't gonna work. It's no good you laughing. I've sold 25 of them. Come on. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. It's not quite catching. It's almost like they didn't expect these to be made 40 years after they were produced. No. Look, for the sake of art and film, I'm going to rip it off anyway and we'll see how real this Ghostbuster is. Not very, I suspect. Oh, it's vintage. It's a vintage retro version. Oh, look at that. Wow. Who you gonna call? Oh, I'll wait for your phone calls for orders. Never worked. Right. Okay, t-shirt. Nice and flat. So, center. Okay, let's have a look. So, let's try there. I'm going to count up to, I don't know why that click was. Didn't sound good. Let's give it a go. This is where the suspenseful music should be playing. Johnny, can you hum? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's cooked a bit in the corner. I don't know, it's like a plaster. It's like a plaster. Do you rip it off quick? Okay. Maybe not rip it so my hand hits the boiling hot plate. Here we go. No. Oh. Oh. Hey. Nice. Hey, it's a negative zone. This is the real deal Holyfield Ghostbusters. Look at that. That's rubbish. Oh dear, the things I do. Back to the studio, guys.
Mate, what are you doing? That is like, are you going for the vintage patina? There's
Right.
the distress look. I mean, that is such a, I mean, I love the effort, but like, why have you got like a 1980s Breville toaster iron to do it on? Is that the thing?
Don't use that. Normally we buy our t-shirts. That's Gav's t-shirt press, which he done with us a while back, and it's sort of a long-term loan, i.e. he might have forgot he's got it, so he'll probably hear about it. But it's really good. But the stickers are like 30 odd years old now.
40 years old.
Well, it's 86. When's that?
Yeah, that's next year, but
that's 40 years.
39 years old. But they kind of, I've got the negative zone one here. But
negative zone.
What we're going to do is, if you guys want to send us a review somewhere or something like that on Monkey's Emporium or Leicester Vintage Toy Shop over the next few weeks, just a nice review. If it's true, don't do it if you're lying. We'll give them away. So if you want a distressed look, brand new T-shirt with a distressed look, real Ghostbusters thing on, we've got 3 to give away, basically.
An outstanding way to get rid of things that you don't want anymore.
I spent 50 quid on those stickers.
The stickers are cool. You know what them stickers? You know them stickers would be good backing for a Ghostbusters display.
But it's not, because you can't see them. It's just white. They're just kind of like
white.
You know what them stickers would be good for? Throwing in the bin.
Yeah, exactly. I've got a cardboard shredder out here that can go through that. It's
There
just
we go. You can tell into packaging. We're melding the two
Exactly.
VTs together.
It was
Absolutely.
the hottest day of the year as well, and he was down in that basement, and he's leaning on a thing, right? And he's going.
Can I just have a minute? The hottest day of the year was last week with Johnny on Monday when we went to somewhere which shall remain nameless. But that sounds like it's dodgy. We went to look at something as regards to something we might be doing in future. And Jonathan, I said to her, right, do you want to go grab some lunch and we can have a chat about this thing we might be planning? And he said, I don't know, anywhere around here. Where are we going to go? I don't know. And he's I followed him. He went into a Toby Carvery and had a roast dinner. It was boiling hot. I was pouring with sweat. It was a nice roast dinner.
Going old people on a Monday. Yeah.
All these old dears all slated him in the door. All right, love, how you doing? Not too bad, thank you. Nice to see you. Thank you. It was, me and Johnny just having a roast dinner on the hottest day of the year.
Well then. On that note, let's look at some more shelves. I've got nothing else to say about your Ghostbuster efforts. Thank you, Matt. You're an absolute legend, and I bloody love you. But they are horrible, terrible T-shirts. Terrible.
That orange thing isn't anything to do with Chris that I could find. I thought it was like, I don't know. But it's not. I think it might be a custom, but it could be. It's either a custom or it's a prototype. What you said, Johnny. That's what I think, based on the research.
Fair. Okay, next round. This is Jeff Tuck. I have a suspicion Jeff might like Back to the Future.
Blades, he'd like us.
Unfortunately for Jeff, I hate Back to the Future. But then fortunately, again, we're not judging it on what I like. We're judging it on the display. Hate it, mate. I hate time travel films. What can I say? Especially whimsical ones. Although I do happen to love Crispin Glover. So it's like, oof.
Hold on a minute. Press the pause button.
Yep.
You like Crispin Glover?
I love Crispin Glover.
But not Michael J. Fox?
I have no interest. It's almost like you've never watched a Toy Division, Joe, because I've regularly been slaughtered for my pretty vocal opinions on Back to the Future.
I don't watch much TV or YouTube.
Back to the Future and the Goonies are two things which I'm never going to. I'm never going to. We're never going to.
I'm not really a film buff, so I'm not. But I like Back to the Future a lot, and I love the shelf.
Fair. The shelf is cool, and there's a lot of variation in there, and it is a little more of a Michael J. Fox shelf. There's a little T-Morph in there, I see.
Yeah, man, there's some cool stuff in here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What I do happen to know that Pepsi Free can, maybe that could be a prop replica, maybe that could be a screen used prop, but Pepsi Free was the drink that they used in Back to the Future. Very, very heavy Pepsi sponsorship, but they made up their own version of it, which is Pepsi Free. So
it's the camcorder I love.
Camcorder's awesome.
I've got one of them. Matt Holt's got it at the minute, actually, because we used it as a prop for something we were doing.
Does it work as well as your waffle iron?
Yeah.
Sorry, T-shirt press. Sorry.
Listen, the T-shirt is fine. We don't use it normally, but it's fine. It's just on these stickers. It's not very good. It's an old thing. It's older than the hills.
Best vote.
I'm playing it safe with a 7 because I like it. I like the camcorder and I like all the film related stuff.
I'm 6, Johnny. You tight one. I thought you'd be into this. I'm going 7.
Fair.
7.
Fair.
I like that shelf, but I've got to say I'm very fond of that shelf. I'll be proud of that shelf. I had that myself, and I think that's very achievable for most of us to have a shelf like that.
Because Blades has got a shelf like that. Blades has actually got a similar shelf. Bless him.
Because of like a lot of this, we're looking marking things on like perhaps the quality of toy sometimes, and sometimes there's just a shelf you're really fond of because it isn't mega money. This has got some amazing stuff in it. Don't get me wrong.
That one
in there.
That 1/6 Mighty McFly, if that's it looks like a 3A or that is
pricey.
Yeah,
and the hoverboard's expensive and things like that. But it's not that. It's just something where you can spend. Not every shelf has to be thousands and thousands of pounds.
Listen, it is a statement shelf on your love for Back to the Future, and I have nothing but respect for that.
I agree.
Just not the film. Here we go. What we got coming up? Oh, this is good. Joe's choking on his drink. He's so excited.
Right.
This is Chris. This is Chris.
This is
Chris from the USA. What we got?
This is Chuck. Chuck Buchan.
Sorry, read the wrong thing. Chuck Buchan. That's an American name. I love it.
Great, isn't it?
Chuck Buchan. Chuck.
This is sick. It says lighting, the way it's set out, levels.
Yeah.
This is sick, brother.
One of my favorite action figures, certainly in my top 5 of all time, is T-Ray, right middle center there.
Yeah.
I'd love a better photo of this. This is kind of like a bit of a. I had to zoom in on this picture slightly, so it's not quite done it justice. But Tiger Sharks, I got into when I hadn't heard of what they are, and I bought some at Vectis Auction some years ago. And I didn't know what they are; I just knew they were legendary.
Yeah.
I bought some, and I got them reasonably cheaply, and I had them in stock for ages. But they're so cool.
No, same. I had a set sat in Camden for like years. Nobody wanted them, and then overnight, everybody was like, "Oh, do you know that's Sharks?" Well, okay.
Similar to me, similar to the kind of Mumessa, the SWAT cats. They've been around literally since 80s, 90s, but then when they got a resurgence maybe 3 years ago. But Tiger Sharks are commanding big money these days. Yeah, I assume that is that a full set. I know we've got a couple on card there. I don't know how many are in the set.
The full set there. You've got where's Mako? Yeah, Mako's at the top.
Yeah.
You've got the Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club ripoff top right.
Yeah.
And then you've got
That's good. I like that.
He is so, isn't he? He's so Sergeant Pepper. True. And then there's a couple of the figures which I don't know. I've not asked the gentleman, but yeah, it's
They're really nice cards. They're really nice cards as well.
I assume that's a custom, but this guy's collection is so cool, man.
Excelsior's Domains asked, was there a Thundercats-like cartoon? I don't know. I assume there was a cartoon that went with it.
Yeah, man. It's a good cartoon. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
Go watch it.
I had that's confirmed that Johnny is correct. I don't know. I didn't have a telly. I never said that before on a YouTube thing.
Hey, guy, next.
But yes, there was, because I've seen the thing. I've got sunglasses in at the moment. You know, the sunglasses they did for everything. I've got one of those with Tiger Sharks, which is really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Right. I know where I'm at.
I'm 8.5 in it.
9.
Ooh. Definitely. Ooh. That's beautiful, that shelf. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's stunning. That's up there. I don't know how you could really. If there was a full run of carded there, that'd have been a 10 from me. That's pretty much there.
And I know what's coming next as well. Do you want to do the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. I've seen this is David Young, who hello, mate. I mean, in Humanoid Central, right? With the 3 big boys at the back.
It's Metlar, the one that's always bust as well. And little the one in the middle with his tuft of hair. I love that.
Did you buy that Metlar, David? You haven't got to answer this. When I was standing next to you, and it was one of them, if you don't buy it, I will, and you bought it. And I was glad that you bought it because it saved me from buying it. It saved me from myself. I think that was you that bought that one. An amazing display. I love them big figures, man. Tendril is just the business. It's such a cool figure.
Tendril's the most common one, but he is absolutely unbelievably cool.
Scale, man.
Cool, man.
The big monsters need to be big, and they are.
This is where...
For an American toy line, because it is essentially American, they're so Japanese.
Yeah,
quite Japanese. Yeah, the humans in particular with the kind of massive robo suits and tiny heads and that. Yeah.
I love like the tree ones, like red. Is it Red Len? Who just sounds like some sort of Russian political thing from the 1940s.
Yeah.
But I love all those, and they're fantastic. They're so like, you know, Faraway Tree, Lord of the Rings, sort of weird looking. Then you've got these.
And again, linking conversations, Johnny. You recognise that grey fella, the rock guy at the front? That's the one who's on. All right, fair enough.
Literally, it sold it, Bob. It sold it for 70 quid, and an egg fell off on the camera. And start the auction again. You know, all these people are doing. It makes me check out. You know, all the people like Joe does a great auctions and all that. 5 years ago, when I first started doing lives, I was doing these auctions, and I was not as professional as people are now. I electrocuted myself on a pinball machine once. Remember that one? Anyway.
I think you went, well, at least it works. There's current.
I'm in for a 9.
Oh, I'm in for an 8 just because I'm being stingy. I do love it.
I'm in for a 9.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are slamming me.
The quality tonight, people, is so high. It's really
good. Really good.
It is amazing.
Next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this. I like this. This is Dexter, who is 13.
Oh man.
Yes.
Right, you're 13 years old and you are buying some cool stuff, Dexter. That's awesome.
You know what my favourite little touch is? As you might see behind me, or maybe not. Yeah, there. You see that he's got a Dorme Godzilla, and it's about to bite Spider-Man's head off. I respect that because I've got no time whatsoever for Spider-Man, but I've got all the time in the world for a Dorme Godzilla.
That's the bendy Spider-Man as well, with the bendy
Yes,
arms.
yeah.
Probably got wired inside. He's really cool.
Yeah. Good leveling. We got a nice step case for the Star Wars figures. Yeah,
I do quite like South Park. I gotta be honest with you. They've put a lot of the world to rights. And,
I love South
even the little South Park figures that make me chuckle. And the Triceratops being ridden by is that Sabretooth?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, a couple of Sabretooths there.
Yeah, and what's he, 13?
13 years old.
13, so he's definitely not watching South Park. We know that. You just like the figures. That's totally fine.
This is Trade of the Future, and this is the guy that in like 5-10 years' time, Joe's going to walk into a shop and be like, so then, old man.
He's coming for our jobs. He's coming for our jobs.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're Moody Turtles or not. Doesn't matter to me. Some little Turtles Lego at the front, covering a lot of bases. Little Skeletor hiding in there as well, I see.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
In
fact, you know what? You see that? Hold on, I've just got.
Are you wearing trousers?
I'm wearing shouts. Hello. That's the same. Hello. A man, fine taste in knockoff, Godzilla-y sort of things. Excellent. Again, I feel a bit stingy, but I'm trying to keep. Oh, I'm going to add a 0.5 actually because I like that one. I'm going 7.5.
Oh, I think that's very generous.
I've been
very generous.
I've gone 5.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. But what, Dexter? If Dexter's watching this, mate, we're going to give you a prize because you're 13 years old. You're collecting, so I'm going to give you a £10 voucher for Leicester.
Boom. Get in touch.
Des T has said he's surprised there's somebody in the ATST.
But the kind of kid he is, he's going to be working on that.
You get someone in the ATST, but just do not put a Wookiee in there because it upsets me. That is the lowest point in Return of the Jedi when he does the Tarzan. Oh, like what's that?
You are controversial tonight. That
are you telling me that Are you telling me that Tarzan exists in the world of Return of the Jedi? Why would he do that?
If E.T. does, I'm happy to accept Tarzan does.
Sorry about this, viewers. I'm afraid we've just interrupted the show for a brief argument amongst the people in it.
A low point in the Star Wars trilogy, in my opinion.
This is cool.
This is very cool.
Amazing. I love
this. This is Tim Hassan. So Tim,
that's sick, mate. I love the way you displayed that.
The colours I'm all about the colours. Absolutely popping, that is. I love the Hulk in the middle. Champion Hulk. That's
and
cool.
the Mohammed. Do you know how hard it is to put? Well, Joe, you might know. Posing those Muhammad Ali's to look like he spent ages getting that like he spent ages getting that like
That's cool. He's got the boxing ring version as well, which is really tough. I've only ever had one.
Yeah. So what? Tell me, what are those things at the front on the on like the hover cycle thing on the hover?
Major Matt Mason.
We like him.
Brilliant toy line.
Proper toys. Proper.
Not as brilliant as the Outer Spaceman, but Outer Spaceman by my friend Mel from the similar era. Mel's unfortunately Mel Burnkrantz. His wife passed away the other day, so sending him my best wishes as the wonderful man that he is and toy designer. And he's got at the back. I mean, look, he's got some great stuff in there. This is cool.
If you don't
Cyborgs,
if you don't follow Mel on Facebook, you're missing out. He put some outrageous. It's the stuff he's designed and made and whatnot and collected for especially Disney stuff.
They look like they're riding on Flash Gordon rocket sleds.
Yeah, could be. That's what I'm out of my element, boys. This is all over to you. What are the what are they cyborgs? Is that the packaging for those figures?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So Dennis Fisher, Cyborg, Muton, and Android were the 3 figures. The Henshin figures from Japan, and they scaled them down for the UK market because the original Japanese ones were 12-inch. So all Micronauts, all that sort of thing, they're all connected.
I was going to say they look like big Micronauts to me, but yeah.
They're really cool, man. I like this a lot. This is cool. This is the kind of collection that a lot of us, perhaps older gentlemen, has perhaps aspired to, and it's got some great Migos in there. There's a lot to like.
There's a lot of articulation going on in that cabinet.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Every joint moves. Like, I love it.
It scratches my Trekkie itch as well. I do love a bit of Star Trek, although I am more a Next Generation man myself and a Deep Space Nine. But still,
I thought that itch had cleared up now after that. I like that cream.
No, it's I need a triple trouble. 8.5.
Oh,
what you say, Joe?
8.5.
Oh,
hey! Full house of 8.5s there.
Well, I'll tell you what. Even though you guys said I underrated it, our friend David wins with his Inhumanoids display, which I think is fair enough because that is a bit of a banger.
So we've got the two now, haven't we? So we've got the two winners from each one.
So we get people that don't. Oh, we haven't got enough time to do it. If we had more time, I'd say get everybody else to vote for it. But
no, we're doing that we're doing that in the future. So don't mention that. So who won out the two then?
So we've got David with his Inhumanoids,
and what was the other one?
And we have Mike, and I can't remember what Mike.
That is sick. That is sick.
See, I'm always going to say Inhumanoids just because I like the just more my sort of thing, but display wise, just very different. Lights, mirrors.
I'm going Mike.
I'm going Mike. These things, if I'm going to bang on about like proof cards, all these things, they are. There's a point where you collect stuff and then you go on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mark Daniels' collection is my favourite out of everything tonight.
I like Mark's. I really like
Mark's my favourite, but I think that the Invisible Mark's a deserving win with David second. But we're going to both give them a prize. They both get a £10 voucher to Leicester Vintage or Monkeys Emporium. So
get in touch.
And just giving out 3.
I just want to throw it up there. I don't know if you've got them, Johnny, but Ryan from Canada sent us a couple of pictures. Now it's not a shelf, but it does deserve looking at.
Hang on a minute, give me a second. This to take a few seconds because
I've
reached my allocation of how many pictures I can put.
Okay.
Hang on a minute. We're there. This is awesome. Fair dues. It is awesome.
Now, when we're talking about displays, this is something. Look at that. Look at it.
But we can't mark it because it's too many
unmarkable. It's unmarkable because you need the whole. Then that's fine. This is not. This is
no.
The opposite of a criticism. This is like. This is a display as opposed to a shelf of stuff, and a lot of people, even that have sent us shelves, it's slightly unfair because they do.
That's the shot. Look at that. No, I want to see that one. Look at it. It's fabulous.
The lighting's good. He's got the lighting underneath. He's got the justice in the middle. He's got the sign behind. It is sick.
That is my favourite display that we've got sent pictures to. We just couldn't put it in because there was just not one shelf. Plastic Man's so cool. It's just cool, man.
Am I right in saying those are vintage superpowers? I don't know much about.
They are vintage superpowers. And even though the Hall of Justice is a hunk of junk, it's one of the worst. I think it's such a rubbish playset. Yeah. The rest of it is fabulous. It's just great.
And it's the mocks on the side, the Superman and the Heat and the Batman. Oh yeah,
probably the most well known too. I mean, yeah, it's unbelievable and amazing.
So if you sent in pictures, we had about 30 entries into this one. Don't worry, if you've sent them in, either send us better pictures of what you've sent in, and if you guys want to send them in, because Shelf Respect will return with its own little segment very soon. We will be riding again with Shelf Respect. So, yeah, don't worry. And if you guys want to send them into Leicester Vintage Toy Shop or Monkeys Emporium, or indeed the Toy Amigos socials, then keep them coming, and we will try and use them. But just try and get us a picture of one shelf and make sure if you're cutting your pictures down that you've not got it too pixelated, because there's one that we couldn't use because it was like a photo fit.
We might branch out. We might have to branch out into full on displays, not to shelves. And then we could use my idea of was it my idea or was it? Can't remember who it was. But yeah, the shelf where you put things because you don't know how you're going to store them yet. Anyway, things to be discussed. Things to be discussed. We've all got either a cupboard or a
Great
room.
title.
Yeah, the shelf. I think it was Sarah from Surah Toys that said they call it her like cupboard of doom. So I said, could we call it the display of dismay? Just we'll just put it there. But yeah. Anyway, for now, Johnny, have we got a notice board for what's coming up? All right. We're in the summer months, so there's still things happening. Next Saturday we have Hitchin Comic Con. A lot going on a Sunday. Watford Toy Fair, Reigate Toy Fair, good friends of ours, Sam, and a new one that our friend Jason's putting on. So if you're in the Crayford area, do try and get down to that one. Some top sellers, all friends of ours: Toy Crusader, Pizarro's Pieces, Out the Attic, 90s Geezer, Mad Max Toys. Tony will be there. Some really good sellers, some quality top end stuff there. So
what's good is if Reigate, that's for South London. That's a whopper, that is, because you're going to go to both. Like, it's worth doing both, isn't it?
Genuinely worth doing both, yeah. If you're in the toy mode, but yeah, Crayford and Reigate, all good guys, some good sellers. Saturday, the 19th of July, happens to be my birthday. Enfield Toy Fair. Old Kev putting on his usual display there. That'll be good. And then
it's ironic. You got the Blackpool and see the donkeys, or you can go see Kev. Same thing.
On the 19th, so Blackpool Northern guys, are we putting that one on? That's always a good show. Back again with the Northern Toy Fair crew at Gateshead, which Johnny we've done before.
I'm gutted. I'm going to miss that one. I'm gutted.
And then another Kevin's second one. There's a big gap in it, but I've got nothing in that week in the middle, but I'm sure there's things going on. Then the 3rd of August is Barry Potter Buxton and the Musselburgh Northern Toy guys again another fun one up at Edinburgh. And yeah, our last live for this particular iteration of what we're doing, so episode 12 of the Toy Amigos, will be on Sunday the 3rd of August, and hope you can join us.
I'll be doing that at the back of a van, because I think I'm in like the bottom of Cornwall. I'm at right at the bottom.
We look forward to having half a G reception from Johnny. No doubt it'll be pixelated fun. But yeah, and there's other things to be announced of new things upcoming, new shops opening, new content, new channels, new all sorts of stuff. So anyway, it's all good. Thank you all for tuning in and spending Sunday with us. I need to get in front of a fan and dip my head in an ice bucket because I'm sweating. And thank you guys, as always, Johnny and Joe. It's been an absolute pleasure. And that's it. That's all I got. I got nothing left, as Ian Beale said.
I'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Stupid Quips, it's a show that geeks won't get enough of. Toys galore, all over the floor. We'll show you what we do with our time. Sit back and chill, cause it's all retro still. It's the Toy Amigos Live Monthly Show.